We're doing a review today on the Wicked Ridge 400 RDX crossbow. This one does have the Accudraw system on it. I'll read through the specifications on it, and then we'll get an arrow weight and run it through the chronograph and see how fast we're going. Alright, we got my scale right here. We're gonna see what she weighs. Alright, we are at 454.8 grains. That is my total arrow weight for my hunting setup. And now we'll get over to the chronograph and see how fast she's going. Alright, I'm going to show you how to load it real quick. And make sure it's in the down position, not the engage. This comes out just like this. Make sure it's hooked on there good. Flip it up to engage. It does have a clicker in it, but if you're hunting, there's an easy way so there's no click in it. Because I was actually hunting one time and missed, and I was able to reload this without the deer noticing me. With the engage on, if you take your hand off it, it's going to stop. Now, the way that I'm going to show you, you have to be very careful with it and not take your hand off it or push this button down too far. The noise is coming from this plastic piece hitting this other piece, so I just hold it down just a little bit so it won't do that, and then you can silently, or somewhat silently, load it up. And then if you take your finger off, it'll still have the click, so we'll just do the clicks for now. And it'll automatically lock into safety. And you push it down, do a few turns to take the tension off, take this piece out, and it'll just pop right back into place. Take this off of it. Get your arrow, put your arrow in it. Make sure it's all the way back. It does have a dry fire system in it, so you won't be able to dry fire it. And you flip the safety off and you're ready to go. Alright, now to the chronograph. Safety off and we're ready. .354. We'll do one more time. Just want you guys to I just want you guys to see the power of this. Buried it up to the veins. Okay, we're all loaded up for the second shot. Safety off. And we'll see what this one says. Alright, so this shot is around 353. So you get the idea. It's pushing about 350. 351, 352. Alright, here's a close-up of this bow. Pretty decent. There's the Accudraw System. They have this little neat thing right here. This is your handle for cocking it. When you're done, it just goes right back in there. Never lose it. It won't come out. I've walked in and out of the woods plenty of times and this has never been an issue. Trigger pull is very decent on it. These do not come with it, but I added that to reduce the vibration and noise. Comes with a 4-line scope. Pretty decent. Right here is where the quiver goes, which this did come with it. Just goes right in here. But I always take mine off every chance I get when I'm out there hunting. I don't ever keep it on. And I'll show you the arrows that it came with that I only use for practice. These are the arrows that they come with. It's a Magnum Crossbow 13.8 GPI. I'm not really the biggest fan of these. I use the center punch, heavier arrow, more power for me. But you get 3 of these with the quiver, and the bow. This bow retails at Bass Pro for $8.59. When I got mine, I only paid, I want to say, anywhere from $700 to $750 because they had price match going on. Now I'm gonna talk the things that I don't like about this bow. For one thing, the string serving right here. When it comes to you, it's like a double string serving. They have one real long piece and then another piece right here. And they said when I called them, this is another brand by 10 Point that owns it, because I had my string serving mess up and tear, and you could just take it right off. Soon after I got it, I want to say maybe 20 some shots onto it, and when I called them, they said it should be good for at least 50. Well, what I'm thinking the problem was with it is that when they ship the arrows, when they first came out, they had an Omni knock on it, and with this bow being so narrow, because it's a reverse draw, the Omni knock really wasn't working, and I think that's what was tearing up my string serving with it. I've seen multiple reports where the Omni knock, because this is so narrow, when it would fire, the string would either jump underneath the arrow or above the arrow and basically dry fire the bow and just blow it all up. Luckily enough, I never had that problem, but I've seen reviews on it where people had gotten 2 in a row and they blowed up on them, and you don't ever want that to happen. It does have the dry fire mechanism, but once you put that arrow in, it takes it away. So if it jumps high or low, it's gonna blow it. And now I actually called them to talk to them about that, and now they come with these. This is their Alpha knock, which is meant for the narrow bows, and there's no way that is gonna knock out or blow up or jump the string. And actually, if it's turned just a little bit or cockeyed in there, the string will actually grab a hold of that and twist it so it's in there the right way. Alright, we're gonna go through the specifications of this bow now. The length without the foot stirrup on it is 32.25 inches. The width axle to axle uncocked is 15 inches. When it is cocked, it is 9 inches. The weight without any accessories on it is 7.6 pounds, so that's pretty light for me. The speed with the carbon arrow at 370 grains, they say is 400 feet per second. I don't have an arrow that weight, so I can't say whether it is or it isn't, but you've seen my arrow weight before, 400, around 440 grains, and that was going around 350, and that's pretty good. Now with their aluminum arrows that they send you with it, they say that that is 435 grains, and that's around 383 feet per second. And it is a reverse draw style crossbow. Now, I did have 2 issues. The one I talked about was the serving string. I contacted 10 Point, and they have very good customer service. They helped me out with anything. They sent me, actually with string serving, they actually sent me a whole new string that I haven't even used yet, which I'm just going to save it. I ended up just going to a shop and getting the serving re-put on for that. And the other issue that I had was with this Accudraw system. I'll show you here what I mean real soon. Okay, it's right here. Now, I don't know how well or if the camera you can pick it up, but you can see these 2 spots right here look like they're worn down just a little bit compared to the whole rest of it. And what I'm thinking that was from is once you get it all the way cocked, you have to pull it just a little bit, like half a turn, and then you can push this engage down to release the tension. And I think just that little half a turn, it rubs on that string. And I contacted them about that the same time I did about the string serving, and they sent me both without a problem through the mail. And I haven't even put that one on yet. I was gonna wait until this one wears down even more. And now with this bow, I have hunted with it for 1 season total. I've taken 2 deer with it. Both of the deer that I did take, I had a clean pass through. I had no problems at all, and I heard the deer drop within 50 to 60 yards of me. And there was one deer that I did not find, which would have been my 3rd one, that I'm pretty sure that I hit both shoulders, and my arrow did stick in her, and she did end up breaking it off. And the arrow that I did use was the center punch from 10 point. The angle wasn't the greatest with her, and it was a little bit high, and the other side did come out of her, and I want to say that it broke off right here in between the white, or right up here against the veins. I want to think it was right up here against the veins. So I mean, even with going through both shoulder blades, that still did damage to her, but we tracked her for 300 to 400 yards through a cornfield, and we just lost blood. So I think that might have been the one that I shot later in the year, because I did shoot a wounded one when it was gun season. That was right in the same spot, same way she was facing that I shot her. But all in all, for this crossbow, it's pretty good. I like it. Of course, there are better crossbows out there on the market, but you're also gonna pay. A new one at Raven and 10 point came out is $2,000 or $3,000, and I'm not gonna spend $2,000 or $3,000 on a bow. This one for $700 or $750, and even if you pay full price at $859 at Bass Pro, this is one good deal to get. It's even got the mossy oak camo on it, and you can get them cheaper without the Accudraw system on it. I believe I did see one for $659 without the Accudraw system on it, but I would definitely recommend getting this. And you're not going to be able to pull this back with your bare hands. I wouldn't even attempt it, because once you get it up here, it's really narrow, and it's just not going to work out very good. They do have the cord that you could get and hand do it yourself with their cord, but this system is just way too easy to not get. I really like it. And when I was telling you guys earlier about the engage and you can make it become silent, this is what I was talking about. They got a little button down here for engage, and when it goes up, you'll hear it smacking. When you're cranking, this just moves down just a little bit, and it'll hit off this piece up here. But if you just hold it down just a little bit, it makes it almost silent. I did miss a deer earlier in the season, and it stayed around, so I actually was able, in a tree stand, before it got too dark and then she moved away, I was able to recock this bow, put my arrow back in it, and sit there and wait. And she was within 20 yards of that when it was getting dark. So I mean, you can make it silent if you want to, but you just got to make sure that you don't push it down too far and take your hand off of that, because that thing will flip around and smack you in the hand pretty good. Never happened to me, but if you're looking at this bow, now that they have fixed some of the issues in the early model with the alpha knock being on there, it is a very good bow. I have no complaints about it. Now, the new serving that I put on there, it's working pretty good. The Omni knock, I think, was tearing it up, because I've shot it probably even more times now than when I first got it and it messed up the string serving. But all in all, this bow is very good for 400 feet per second and for the price, because you can get a Raven for the same feet per second, and that's going to run you at least 1,000 to 1,500 depending on what model you get, or higher. But that's all for the review for this one. I am going to shoot it just one more time, and then I'll let you guys see that, and that'll be it for this review. Alright, we're up in their little loft now, so I'm going to shoot that bag. You'll be able to see my lighted knock that I have in all of my arrows that I use for hunting. And we'll see how it is. Gonna aim for that top left one. And there we go, guys. And if you guys have made it this far into the video, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. There'll be more reviews to come, and that's it.